Oslo was predicated on the idea that if the Palestinians accepted and recognized Israel, and if the Palestinians accepted a state on just 22% of the land, that Israel would end the occupation. I'm not saying that was a just peace. I'm not saying that was a perfect peace. It was something that the PLO accepted. It perhaps gave us a way forward. Looking back, and probably at the time as well, it would have been so wise of the Israeli side to have said, here is a historic opportunity. Let's be large. Let's go the extra mile. But instead, in those negotiations, it was about grinding down the Palestinians, not accepting just 78%, but also a bit more land, but also making sure that East Jerusalem couldn't really be a Palestinian capital, that the Palestinians wouldn't be able to, I could go on. By the way, some years later, the Arab League then produces the Arab Peace Initiative. Again, Israel gets to yes, but decides that its answer is unfortunately going to be no. And one crucial lesson for me from that period, which is hyper-relevant to where we are today, in order to get to the finishing line, perhaps, and we can't know the counterfactual if the Israeli Prime Minister at the time, Yitzhak Rabin, hadn't been assassinated by a militant Jewish nationalist extremist. But perhaps to get to that finishing line, we needed the United States, the world, but this is a moment of unipolarity, right? This is after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Israel needed to be held accountable when it didn't come forward with a serious negotiating proposal, when it continued to build settlements, when it violated those accords. It wasn't held accountable. And I highlight that one specific component because I don't think we could possibly have got to that finishing line unless there was a willingness to leverage some pressure on Israel. And that's the journey we've been on ever since, Doreen. Because ever since then, Israel has been given more and more impunity. There has been no cost and consequence. And then we get to today. You get to an Israeli government with people who openly proclaim ethnic cleansing, eradicationism, and you get to what you see in Gaza. And impunity has been the handmaiden to extremism.